Alrighty, so I'm back. I'm sitting in Jack's spot. Anyways, he just came over and got his cake, so he's pretty happy about that. I got them both frosted, and he has cake, and his probably will not last the whole week. They really like junk food over there big time. So today what we're making is macaroni and cheese with tuna and peas. So I didn't want to bore you and make you wait forever while my noodles are cooking, so they're just about done, and then we'll drain them and get started. So for this one, everything is from the pantry. So I'm double batching because of course I send stuff to work with my husband the next day. So I have 2 boxes of macaroni and cheese, any brand you want. For my stuff in the pantry, I do not put name brand stuff down there. And actually, to preserve this, I'd gotten some new ones, but the ones that are downstairs, I actually put in a bag, and then I leave the directions in the bag with the cheese packet, and I seal it so that it stays for a lot longer, and it'll preserve for a lot longer. We're going to use 2 cans of tuna. Both of them are with water. You know, it's really funny. I never used to like it without oil, and now I don't like the oil. It tastes really gross. And then we're going to use 1 can of peas. You can use any vegetable you want, but I'm going to use peas. Then we're going to also use my home canned butter. And then because I wanted pantry, we do have a half gallon of milk in the fridge. We don't use that much milk around here. I actually have, this is shelf-stable milk. And actually, you guys, it's really tasty. We've been using it off and on. You can get it at the dollar store for $1.25. This, and they'll have an expiration date. Like this one's good until forever, but anyway, 2023, April of 2023. So if you lose, you know, your refrigerator, anything like that, you can buy this and you can still get your kids some milk, and it's really, really good. Or you could be like Jack, he cans milk like crazy. He loves to can his milk. I don't have the time or patience for it. It's really easy to do, but I don't drink that much milk, so I usually keep about 5 or 6 of those in the basement so that if we need it. So I wanted to do everything straight from our pantry for these recipes, so that maybe they wouldn't need refrigeration or anything. Now, there'll be a couple days we'll have something with hamburger in it, because I also want to keep these very inexpensive. And if you buy your unbranded tuna, you can get it for under $1 a can. Unbranded peas and stuff, still you can get them for right around 50 cents. These are $1.25. My home canned butter, I'm not sure how much it would be, but you know, you can use margarine. You don't have to use butter, and that's cheaper. And then my macaroni and cheese were probably $1 a piece, I think. 25 or 35 cents a piece. It wasn't expensive. So I want to try to keep these pantry meals simple, because I don't like long detailed recipes. And I want them to be inexpensive so that we can see how much that we can save. If there's a week that, you know what, somebody got sick, they can't work as many hours as they needed to, money's low, let's not spend all of our money on groceries. So that's my goal this week, is have it be inexpensive and have it be from our pantry so that we don't have to go grocery shopping, and have it be tasty and have it be somewhat nutritious. So you're going to get protein in here, you're going to get your veggies in here, and then I'll probably open up a can of some kind of fruit or something with it tonight. So let me drain the noodles. And you know, I never read the box. You're not supposed to rinse them. You know, all these years I've actually rinsed them. So my bad. I can't tell you the last time I actually made macaroni and cheese in a box. So it's been quite a few years, actually. Because since I learned how to can my own, I have them in the pantry, but it doesn't mean that I use them very often. But it's a great meal. Not something I would recommend all the time, but so you're going to use your cheese packets, and then on the side of the box it says 1/4 cup of milk. So we're going to double that. So we're going to make it a 1/2 cup of milk. And if we need to add more to make it creamier, you know, it's our kitchen, our rules. If we want to add more, we add more. If we don't want to add as much, we don't add as much. I'm a firm believer in your kitchen, your rules. That's probably why I like Rebel Canning so much, because they don't tell me what to do. And I kind of like that. Because, you know, really honestly, how do you think some of the greatest recipes have come out in the world? It's because someone either screwed up or someone, you know, had a perfect idea of how good something should be. You know what I mean? So that's how we've gotten these recipes to begin with. So we don't need people telling us now not to do it. I mean, always be safe. Anything that you do, make sure you're safe about it. So I'm going to turn the stove on low. We get all this melted and put together. Stir it up. And mind you, you could do this with chicken, canned chicken, or oh, we've got canned meat downstairs that I've canned, and we've got canned meat from the store that's in the jar or cans, you know. So either way, you could put beef in there, you could put hamburger in there. Your kitchen, you decide what you want to put in it. But I'm putting in tuna. I happen to love tuna. So we'll get all this mixed up. Turn that down just a little bit. So the chocolate cake, Jack just come and got his. And he's like, that looks so good. And I'm like, yeah. I told him, I said, you should make it last the whole week. And he goes, sure. So I take it that won't happen probably. Now actually, I'm going to add a little bit more milk to mine, because I want it a little bit creamier. I'm used to mine, and it's really, really creamy, so... And you know, actually you could bake this too. And you could put more cheese on the top, depends on how much of a cheese lover you are. So you could do a whole lot of variety of things with it. But when I look at the recipes for this week, mind you, I haven't figured out everything yet, but when I go through the recipes, I want to make sure that there's a protein in there. I want to make sure that there's a vegetable in there, or a side dish that we can use for it, and that it's inexpensive and it's tasty. So we don't want anything that's gross, because what's the point of having it in your pantry if you don't like it, don't put it in your pantry. Only buy stuff that you know that you will use. Like my husband said, well, if it hits the fan, I'm not eating Spam. And I said, you know, if that's all there is, I guess you'll be eating it. But, you know, if you don't like Spam, don't load your pantry up with it. That's probably not a good idea. But, you know, we don't know with the way that things are going. I mean, gas prices here are $5.18 to $5.20 a gallon. People are spending, like I know we are, half of our paycheck for my husband to drive back and forth to work. And groceries is something that, you know, honestly, we have to eat. But it's something that we try to skimp on because we still need, you know, electric. We need our phones for work and whatever, you know, and so there's so many other things that we can skimp on, that we can't skip on, I should say. That, you know, if groceries is something that we can skimp on, let's do it cheap, let's do it tasty, and let's make a meal of it and still survive. So, like I said, this week I want to do stuff that is inexpensive, straight out of the pantry. My pantry, I kind of consider my my freezer too, because I do stock up my food in the freezer as well. So Let me get a small bowl and we can show you what it looks like. And I'll even take a test of it. How's that? Because it smells really good. My husband's going to be home late tonight, so I might eat my dinner first anyway. It's nice and cheesy. That's for sure. So let's try it. Let me find some that's got tuna and everything in it. You know, it's funny. I can remember being on my own. I was 17 when I first got on my own, and I ate a lot of this. And then they had that box spaghetti, things like that to survive on. You know, you ate as cheap as you could eat. Actually, you guys, that's really, really good. I mean, if you wanted to put salt, pepper on it, you could. But I really don't think it needs it. And doing the double batch, we got quite a bit. So, you don't have to wait for a video for me to come back. We actually cooked it all in one shot. One of these days I'll learn how to edit it, so if I mess up and say the wrong things, I can fix it. But I just want you to know I'm a real human being, and I make mistakes just like anybody else. I'm new at this. I really don't know how to edit yet. There's a lot of things I'm trying to learn. So I hope you get along with my videos, even though they're not perfect. And I hope that you enjoy them, and I hope that you're learning something. I thought today that I had learned almost everything about canning. And one of the channels I watch, she's in Michigan as well, down by Kalamazoo. I never knew that this jiggler that comes with my canner is actually a 15-pound weight. And that's why I always couldn't figure out why I had such a hard time with it rocking. Because in Michigan, it's a 10-pound weight. So I actually bought one off of Amazon, but I haven't used it yet. But I will now, because I did not know this was 15 pounds. So we all learn something every day. So I hope you enjoy this. Give it a try. Tomorrow's is going to be great. I've already picked out what we're going to make. So if you want to do it, I'll put what we put in it at the bottom of the description. You guys have a very blessed day and be a blessing to someone else.